Folks, you can't heal on processed food and sugar. That's part of the problem. You can't heal the problem with the problem. I'm Robin. I'm the creator and the founder of Diverticulitis Rescue and the 4 Stages. I was diagnosed with diverticulitis 18 years ago when I was 35 years old. It was a bit of a relief for me because I had a lot of other health issues going on, and I finally got some answers as to what was causing me the most issues with my health. Like many of you, all of a sudden I ended up with this terrible left-sided pain, and I waited a few days before I went to the emergency room. But when I did, they immediately admitted me to the hospital because my blood work was crazy and my CT scans looked like that I had like pancreatic cancer. So when I was going through my process of figuring out what was going on, I was concerned about cancer. So when I finally got my diverticulitis diagnosis a couple days later, then there was a bit of a relief, but also confusion because the doctors and the nurses were telling me it was an old person's disease and they didn't see very many people in there at my age with that problem. Here we are 18 years later, and I hear about people that are like 18 years old being diagnosed with it now. It ain't an old person's disease. It's a society doesn't take care of our food supply, environment. We're overwhelmed, stressed out, and totally depleted disease. At least for me, that's what it was. And a lot of people that I talk to as well. It's just, we think that we're healthy. I thought I was healthy for the most part. Didn't have any major issues that I was aware of. That's the key word. And so it was a surprise, but not a surprise because I've always had gut issues. I've always experienced IBS and all of the things that come with that. I'm not going to get into detail about it because, quite frankly, it's never been my dream to get out here in public and talk about my bowel habits and my colon and all of that. This is just like not easy. But I realized after being in Facebook groups and things like that, people were still having the same types of issues and the treatment was the same. I felt called to help people because of all the misinformation that's out there and the same protocol that the mainstream doctors are using to treat the diverticulitis. This is for educational purposes only, so I want to make sure I say that, and this is strictly my opinion. I am not a medical doctor, and if you are in a flare-up and you are struggling, you can come talk to me and I'll help you, but when it comes down to it, you need to seek medical advice if it's gotten too far into the ditch. So when you take rounds of powerful antibiotics, it is wiping your gut bugs out, and you were already at a deficit or you wouldn't have had that flare-up to begin with. I have it in 4 different areas of my colon, and I only started out with my lower left. And the treatment plan with the antibiotics and liquids, low residue, pound the fiber, Miralax, rinse, repeat, made me worse. And I was facing surgery, and I was young, and I didn't want to lose my colon because you kind of need that to poop. The last thing I want to do is be stuck with a bag. So I tried to figure out different ways. I decided to go holistic with this. But it took a lot of work. And the first thing I did was work on my diet. And it took me a while to figure it out. It took me about 6 years back and forth trying to figure out what was going on, what was working, eating the process, trying to eat healthy, tracking my food and all that. It took some time, and it will take you time too to heal, but your body wants to repair itself. We just got to create the environment to give it a chance to do that. And my program will help you do that. I created these 4 stages because I found in myself when I went on that protocol to where you take your antibiotics, you go on your liquids, you do your low residue, your white foods, right? And then you start pounding the fiber when you feel better. That doesn't work. And so the problem is you're not actually healing your gut when you are on liquids and that low residue diet. You might be kind of stabilizing things a little bit because you're digesting things quicker because that's what carbs do. They digest and go through, but they also feed the candida in your gut. So You're taking those antibiotics, it's killing the good bacteria, it's increasing the candida, and then you're eating foods that are going to increase it too. So you're not actually healing your gut when you are on that low residue, low fiber diet, unless you're eating healthy foods. And then we go into pounding the fiber, taking the Metamucil, the supplements and things like that. And if you don't drink enough water and your gut's not healed enough, repaired enough, then it's going to just send you right back into another flare-up. And that was the cycle that I was on, and I'm off of it. I got off of it 12 years ago, and I haven't had a flare-up since. Was it easy? Hell no. Very difficult. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Well, besides Diverticulitis rescue, but that's another story. Do I have to manage myself? Yep, it's a lifelong thing. No quick fixes here, but I can absolutely teach you how to repair your gut and slowly build up to a high fiber, healthy diet. But that's just part of the work. Everybody thinks it's just diet. It's not just diet. It's what you're putting on your skin, what you're putting on your body. It's what you're consuming in your mind. It's the relationships that you have. It's drinking enough water. It's putting nourishing foods in your body. Yeah, you can switch to a healthier diet, but if you're eating pesticides on your food, well, guess what it's doing? It's killing your bugs. You need them bugs. Think about what a pesticide does. It kills bugs. You have bugs in your gut. It's gonna kill them too. Cause inflammation, and you're back on your roller coaster. Anywho, I have this workshop that I did. It's 90 minutes, and it's got all of my secrets and everything you need to get yourself back on track and towards a flare-free life. So if you're interested in learning more, reach out to me or just comment below and I'll send you some information. You can live with this and not flare again. You can do it, and I can show you how. But you got to put the hard work in, and you got to commit to it. If you're not all in, it's okay. Learn from me. Implement a couple things, but if you're ready to do the work, reach out. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Have an awesome community. Don't forget to like, share, bookmark, whatever they tell you to do. Just do it.